Hi good people, let's discuss this video about the two pastors in Dallas who resigned. Christians should also be serious about being the light of the world. Let's spread the word by our actions. Let the world see what Jesus represents. Watch this video.
Deviance is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
So Sunday, June 9th, famed pastor, author, and teacher Tony Evans out of the Dallas, Texas area steps down from his church and ministry after 48 years due to a quote-unquote mysterious sin. Then just 6 days later, Cindy Clemishire shares that famed pastor, author, teacher out of Dallas, Texas, Robert Morris, began molesting her when she was 12 years old. And in less than 48 hours, he too steps down, and now, as of today, Tuesday, June 18th, he has resigned from his ministry, where there was over 100,000 people in attendance weekly. Both out of Texas, both in old sin, 5 days apart. There is no such thing as a coincidence. That's what I want to talk with y'all about. My view, my opinion, the MVMO podcast. Let me share with you what I am talking about here. A lot of you know that I really don't believe there is a such thing as a coincidence. When things appear to be connected, generally, although there are always exceptions, they are. I don't know how. I really don't. But I believe that there is a commonality between these two pastors. I don't believe it's a coincidence that they both stepped down because of an old sin within 5 to 6 days apart. There's some connection, either between the two of them or someone who is connected. They share something or someone in common. And I know that seems like a large and long stretch, but I just don't believe that this just so happens to be happening. You know, I was reading one of the articles today. I don't know if it was in USA Today or maybe it was on CNN's website, but they were like, basically the reporter was like, what's going on down there in Texas? You know, you have these two mega churches, these two mega pastors stepping down within a week of each other. And they were like, wow, what a coincidence. And I as I was reading, I was thinking, no, I don't think it is. I don't think it is a coincidence. I know on the surface it appears that way, but I don't believe so. There's a common thread here. I believe that a few weeks before Tony Evans and the elders, I believe, forced Tony to sit down. I believe that this person or these people reached out to the board of elders at Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship and the people over there at Robert Morris's church. And I believe they made it known that they were going to be speaking to the media. But what we've learned about Cindy Clemishire's story is that a few years back, she endeavored to sue Robert Morris and the church. And they basically said, we ain't giving you nothing. And she was suing for help with her therapy bills and the medical bills that she's accrued from trying to get help to get healed of this situation. And according to her, they refused to give her anything. So I don't know, guys. I don't know how, but there's a connection between these two ministers. It's not a coincidence. It's not happenstance that this happened within a week of each other. And in time, the full story will be known because, as I said on the last broadcast, a lot of these, you know, when people are still creeping and tiptoeing, all they do is create questions in people's minds, right? We all know that. And these big news outlets, they have the money, they have the resources. And let me tell you something, the economy is bad. Okay, girl, we all know it. Groceries are high, gas is high, the cost of living has increased. And so people could use a good coin. And these outlets, they have the resources just for that. They have budgets just for those types of things. So it's just been a week, but we will definitely be hearing exactly what the situation was. And if my suspicion is correct, and these two men have a connection together, some way, shape, or form, we'll find that out too. As I get ready to end, I will say this. A lot of people say, well, God is just tired, and so God is now setting these people down. He's exposing them. I don't believe that's what's happening. God, we all understand that when God is tired, when God is really tired, these people, 48 years, Tony Evans, I don't know how long this Robert Morris guy has been in ministry. Do we think it's going to take God if God is really tired? Especially, this guy was a child molester. What's so eerie and so despicable about Robert Morris was the way he initially described what he did. He said she was a young lady and it was just some fondling. And I'm like, this lady, she was a kid, dude. She was 12. That's a kid. That's not a young lady. She was 12. You molested her, and you molested her until the age of 16. I keep sharing this, and I'm going to share it again. Anytime a person won't name their sin, they're still doing it. They're still lying. They're still covering it up. They're still trying to keep us from finding out. Or when they kind of jimmy up the story, See, she was a young lady, and it was a little fondling. When in actuality, she was 12. But he positioned it as she was a young lady to make people think, well, this was an adult. She maybe was 18, 19, a young lady. But no, she was a little girl. You were a grown man married with a kid. And when you were staying in her parents' home, you started messing with her and gaslighting her and threatening her that if she ever told someone, it would ruin your reputation. That's what you did. So you think about all those hundreds of thousands of people, all the people who purchased his books, all the people who sent in donations, all the people who've been watching him on TV, and this man is a child molester. And then you have people saying they don't really need to know what Tony Evans did. How do you know? How do you know you haven't been supporting listening to a child molester? How do you know? Well, I don't think. How do you know? You don't know. Because he didn't name his sin. By the way, I want to just clear something up. Again, this goes back to the ignorance I was talking about on the other podcast. Because I keep seeing over and over people saying, Tony confessed his sins to the elders. Where are people getting that? Where are they coming up with that? There's nowhere in the church's statement or Tony Evans' statement that says he is the one that went to the elders and exposed his sin. So why are people saying that? Where are they getting it from? That's not even indicated. We don't know how this went about. More than likely, common sense says whoever the person who was threatening to go to the media went to the elders and told it on Tony. And then remember the elders said they had multiple meetings with Tony. So again, I really think that some of us, we're just good people and we just want to believe the best of people. And so we give them credit for things they didn't do. We just make it up in our heads. We say, he probably just went to them and confessed his sin. No, he hadn't even talked to his church. By the way, we've now found out the church continues to lie and cover up for Tony. Remember I was telling you on the last update that CBS in Texas down there, the TV station, they had gotten word that last Thursday, the church was supposed to have a prayer meeting for Tony. So when they reached out to the church denied this, saying and this was their statement, we have no idea where y'all got that from. We are not having a prayer meeting for Tony Evans. Lo and behold, what really happened, several members said they received emails from the church on Wednesday that they were going to have a prayer meeting on Thursday. And then somehow they canceled it. So you have the church saying, we have no idea where y'all got that from, when they knew that they sent this email out. So I'm telling you guys now, I'm reminding a lot of you. These people are still covering and lying. They're still covering and lying. They don't want the money to stop, y'all. They don't want people to stop sending in their donations. They don't want people to stop listening to the urban alternative. Throughout this entire saga, the church has shrouded all of this in a mystery, even lying to the news station, as if the news station wasn't going to produce the emails don't they understand that there are people who've been burned by ministries, the very ministry that they're trying to cover up for, and so those people are still getting the emails? They have no problem sending a copy to the news media and saying, this is what I got in the email. So at the end of the day, guys, we're going to keep watching, and I'm going to keep reporting on this story, both of them, the updates. Now, we're not going to go into some of the more gory details on this YouTube, and we have to be careful in that way, and I know a lot of you understand that. But at the end of the day, I don't believe this was coincidence. Somehow or another, these two men, this mess between the both of them, somehow there's some sort of connection. At least that's what I believe.
Let's not give excuses for why a pastor is engaging in evil stuff. I hope you watched the video from beginning to the end. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.